Welcome back to Learn with Chris. I'm Chris. Today we're going to continue with our phrasal verbs, and now we're on the letter G. And our verb for today is get, G-E-T. We have 14 phrasal verbs to look at for get. There's actually a lot more than 14, but we're only going to do 14 just to save some time. So let's start with number 1, get ahead. When you get ahead, you're making progress on something, usually related to your career. So an example, she took extra classes to get ahead in her studies. So the person is taking more classes for her, say, school or university because she wants to be better. She wants to make progress in her studying. So she wants to get ahead. Number 2, get along. When you get along with somebody, you have a good relationship with them. So this is pretty straightforward. Example, despite their differences, the 2 roommates get along very well. So again, when you get along with someone, you have a good relationship and you're very friendly, or you have a positive, like business dealings, you can get along with other people in that way as well. Number 3, get around. We have 2 meanings for this. The first one is to move around. So it's like a physical movement, to move from place to place. And the other is to avoid something or to circumvent something. And you'll see when I give you the example what that means. So example A, news tends to get around quickly in small communities. And B, the company tried to get around the environmental regulations by outsourcing production to other countries. So the first one, the news is getting around. It's going from place to place in the small community. And this is true, of course, because people will talk in small communities and there will be a lot of gossip. So everyone will find out whatever that news is. So it gets around very quickly. And the second example is the company is trying to avoid or circumvent the government regulations or environmental regulations by doing something. So you're trying to avoid or get around something. So yeah, get around. Number 4, get away. Get away is like to take a break from something, maybe take a break from work. Maybe you want to get away from work. So example, they're planning to get away for a weekend at the beach. So they are getting away from their work or getting away from their life or family or whatever, and they're going to go to the beach for the weekend. So it's taking a break. Taking a break from something is to get away. Number 5, get back. Again, this has 2 meanings. One is to get back, to return somewhere. And the other is to recover from something, to recover something, not recover from something. So get something back. Like if you lost something, you could recover it, you could get it back. So example, what time did you get back from your trip last night? A. And B, the police were able to get back most of the stolen jewelry from the pawn shop. So the first one is, when did you get back from your trip? When did you return home? When did you get back? And the second one is the police recovered most of the jewelry. They got it back, so to recover. Number 6, get by. When you get by, you manage to live or survive even though you don't have much. So it's related to people who don't have a lot of money. They get by. So example, he's not rich, but he manages to get by on his current salary. So he doesn't have a lot of money, but he is managing to survive. He's getting by. Getting by is like the bare minimum of what you want to do. Obviously, you want to be making more than just getting by. Number 7, get down. Get down has 2 meanings. The first is to lower yourself down, to get down. And the other is related to when you feel sad. If you get down, you have a sad feeling or feeling depressed. So examples, the cat got down from the tree all by itself. And B, John tends to get down in the winter months when there's less sunlight. So the cat got down from the tree, so it lowered itself from the tree to the ground. So it physically moved down, it got down. And the second example, which is quite true in Canada, people get down in the wintertime. They become sad or they become depressed because there's very little sunlight in Canada. As a person who lives in Thailand, which is sunny all the time, it's a pretty happy place. Canada, by contrast, because there's very little sunshine, especially in the winter, it's a lot less happy, a lot more depression, for example. Although right now, of course, it's summertime in Canada, and I'm sure people are quite happy now because lots of sunshine. So, number 8, get in. Get in has two meanings: to go into a place or a car. For example, you get in the car. So go into a vehicle or go into a place. You get in a building, for example. Or to be accepted into an organization like a university or school or even a company. So examples of get in: A, can you get in the car? We're running late for the concert. And B, Lena is very happy because she got in to Yale University. So the first example is getting in the car. So you're physically entering the car. And the second example is you got into university. You were accepted into university. So Lena got into Yale University. Number 9, get off. So it's kind of the opposite. So you get off of a vehicle. Or the second example for get off is to avoid punishment or like accepting responsibility or something like that. So the examples will make that a little bit clear. A, let's get off at the next station and walk the rest of the way. And B, the teenager got off with a warning after being caught shoplifting for the first time. So we typically don't say get off a car because that would mean you're on top of the car, but you would get off of a bus and you would get off of a train and you would get off of an airplane. So you get off of most vehicles except for car, you would get out of the car. So a little bit different there. So our example, let's get off at the next station, that means get off the train, right? So when you leave a vehicle, except for cars, we get out of the car, not get off of the car. In the case of a car, if you get off the car, it means you're on top of it, and nobody is on top of the car. That's, of course, very dangerous to be on top of a car. And the second example, the teenager got off with a warning. That means that the teenager did something bad, shoplifting, and he was not punished sufficiently. He got off with a warning, which is reasonable because it was the first time. So if a teenager does a small crime once, you don't want to just throw him in jail. That would ruin his life. You don't want to do that, right? So you're going to give him a warning, and of course, hopefully he won't do it again. So that's get off. Number 10, get on. This has two meanings. To board a vehicle, for example, get on the train or get on the airplane. And then also, if you have a good relationship with someone, you get on with them. So it's very similar to get along with someone. So examples. A, here comes the bus, let's get on now. And B, Helen and Jill get on very well with each other. So you're going to get on the bus, of course. So get on a vehicle, and Helen and Jill get on very well. They get along with each other. They have a good relationship. So moving on to the next one. So number 11 is get out. And that's quite opposite to get in. You get in something, you get out of something, right? So when you leave a building or you leave a place, you get out. So example, the smoke alarm is ringing. We need to get out of the building immediately. So if there's a beep, 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 the fire alarm or the smoke alarm is ringing, you need to get out of the building. You need to leave the building, leave the place. That means to get out. As I mentioned earlier, we also get out of a car as well. Number 12, get over. When you get over, you recover or you feel better after a problem or situation. Usually we use this for when you're sick. When you recover from being sick, you get over being sick. Now you feel 100%. So, example. It only took me a few days to get over COVID when I had it in 2022. So you're sick with COVID and then you recover after a couple of days. You got over COVID, right? Number 13, get through. This has two meanings. When you deal with a difficult situation, you get through it. You kind of survive the difficult situation. And also to get through means to contact somebody, like maybe call them or send them a message. If you get through, you have contacted that person and then you would communicate with them. So, examples. A, with perseverance, we'll get through these difficult times. And B, maybe David is in a meeting, I can't get through to him. So, if we work hard and we continue, we will get through these difficult times. We will survive. We will successfully get through this difficult situation. And the second example is you're trying to contact David. You can't get through to him. Maybe he's in a meeting. And our last example is get up. Get up either to physically get up, like to stand up. If you're lying down and you stand up, well, then you get up. So the example is, I usually get up at 6 a.m. on weekends. Now, be careful not to confuse get up and wake up. These are different, although for a lot of people, they happen at the same time. Wake up is when you open your eyes after you've been sleeping. You wake up. So maybe you wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. That's when you're not sleeping anymore. You wake up. However, that doesn't mean get up. Get up means to get out of the bed, stand up, and begin your day. Some people do this at the same time. I do. If I wake up, I get out of the bed like 1 second later. As soon as I wake up, I'm up and I go do my day. However, other people, when they wake up, they will stay in the bed for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. They don't want to get up, right? They want to stay in the bed. They want to maybe, check things on social media, or even they want to go back to sleep. So again, don't confuse wake up and get up because they are not the same. All right. So that is our 14 get phrasal verbs. Get ahead, get along, get around, get away, get back, get by, get down, get in, get off, get on, get out, get over, get through, and get up. So quite a lot. So thank you for listening. I hope this was useful for you, and we will continue with the next phrasal verb H tomorrow. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good day. Bye-bye.